Brad Raffensperger is Georgia's 29th Secretary of State. First elected in 2018 and re-elected in 2022. Secretary Raffensperger is a lifelong conservative Republican. He moved to Georgia 40 years ago to raise a family and start a small business. So without further ado, let's give a warm Rome Rotary welcome to Secretary Brad Raffensperger.
What exactly did happen in 2020? Brad, can you just kind of give me a quick version? Here's the quick version. You want to write down these three numbers. This is all you need to know. First off, there was 33,527 Republican voters that voted in the June 2020 primary that did not come back and vote in the November 2020 campaign. Did not vote at all in the fall race. 33,527. Now, if you've never run for office, I want to let you know, how do we know that they're Republicans? Because they voted in a Republican primary. And if you would have voted in the Democrat primary, then we would have known that they were Democrats. This is 33,527 Republicans that never came back. Do you know who else knew that? The campaigns. Here's the other interesting number, that people that did show up, 27,967 voters skipped the presidential race, did not vote for anyone, but they did vote down ballot. How do we know that? Because the Republican congressman got 27,559 more votes than President Trump. And that's why he came up short. Now, we actually did 100% hand recount of all 5 million paper ballots. And when we did that, we had about 3 to 5 counties. When we were doing the audit, we had found 3 to 5 counties that had some issues. One of them was here. About 2,700 votes that were found. But because we did 100% hand recount, we found the errors. We also found them in a couple other counties. And it's interesting that Floyd County ran like a charm, in the June 2020 primary. Then it had that one issue in the fall. Kind of surprised me and it surprised you too, but we found it. And that all mostly went for President Trump because this is about a 70-30 type of county. We found the other errors there. But what we did is then we could verify that the machines did not flip the votes, and we got virtually the same results. In fact, about 40 to 50 of the counties had not a single vote total difference between the original ballot counting on election day and what we got with the hand recount. And the other ones were like onesie-twosies, and then we had a few that had a few more, like I just mentioned. Don't need to belabor that point. But y'all have moved forward. You got great leadership here, got a great board. So, we're looking forward to, we'll be looking at other places perhaps this cycle. But we feel good about where you are here. Keep up the good work. Thank you. But also, people said that there was thousands and thousands of dead voters. In fact, someone actually was investigating this for the other campaign, and they told them very shortly that, well, we've identified in Georgia probably less than 50 potential dead voters here in Georgia, and we actually found 2. Since then, we found 2 more. There's only 4, and nothing's changed since I wrote my 10-page letter to Congress. They said that there were 66,000 underage voters. There were 0. People talked about, non-citizen voting. We checked that all out, and we didn't find, non-citizen voting. But since then, just so you know, bring it to modern day, we actually have found double voters, and we did find and went through the deep dive of our voter list, and we identified about 1,600 potential voters that we couldn't verify their citizenship status. Some have become Americans, we couldn't verify it, so we reached out to them, sent them notices. So we do very strong, robust checks. We are Real ID compliant, and that is actually a real disincentive for people to come here. Many states like Florida and also Texas give driver's license to people that don't have lawful status. In Georgia, you have to have lawful status. So lawful status means that you have a work permit, or you also have a period, I forget the middle one, or resident alien status, or you're an American citizen. But DDS does a very robust citizenship check, and you have to have lawful status to get a driver's license. And that's really the best way that we have. We have, we don't have toll booths up, at the state line, but we make sure, as it relates to elections, that we keep our, voter rolls clean.